Hi guys, my name is Becca and welcome back to another video. So this is going to be my first update for the Newts Magical Readathon. It's only day 2 and normally I like to do it at the end of the week, and I believe I will still be doing one at the end of the week, or well, on Sunday, even though it's only a few days away. It's Thursday currently, and I'll probably end up doing another update on Sunday, but I really needed to do this update today, and you're going to see why. Well, you can probably already tell from the title of this video, because I will include this in the title. So I'm going to be updating you on what I've read and what I am currently reading, as well as another unhaul. I have a lot of books that I want to unhaul again, and I've realized that I wanted to unhaul them, so some of them, the reason I'm doing this in this video is because some of them are in my Newts TBR. I can't keep pretending that I want to read them, or like, we'll get to it when we get, when we get there. Let's just start with the update first. But yeah, it just, you can see, like, it's grown, and they're all around me. There's a lot. Alright, well first, let's get with the update. So I have currently, I have finished 2 books, and I'm currently reading another one. It's only day 2, and I'm almost done with my 3rd read for Newts, which, if you've seen my Newts TBR, you know how insane I am and how badly I want to try and do this. I want to try and complete every challenge and read 36 books. Again, I know I'm insane, but I really want to try and do it. I don't know what, why, I can't talk. I don't know what it is that is making me really, really want to do it. I just know I'm very competitive, and I don't know. Here we are. I've already made my TBR. I know there are 2 that were blank because I don't have anything to fit those. For the biography, which I believe is Muggle Studies Exceeds Expectations, which is to read a biography. I think I have one on Scribd. They have a lot on Scribd, actually, so which is pretty good. But I think there's a Nora Roberts biography that I really want to read. And it doesn't have to be an autobiography, it just says to read a biography. So this is someone writing a book about Nora Roberts. And Nora Roberts is one of my favorite authors, and I think I want to read it. I mean, I think it's like really short, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I can't remember what the other blank one. I know what the prompt is. I can't remember what the subject was, but it was to read a book with one of the words in the title, which is light, sun, air, and water, and I still have no idea what I could read for that. I've been watching some other people's TBRs, and when they get to this prompt, they have a thing, and I don't know, it's something I don't have, and I don't have any inclination to read, and I'm just like, no. So, great. I still don't have one for that, but hopefully we'll find one before the month is up. So, let's talk about the books. So first I read Tessa Dare's Duchess Deal, or The Duchess Deal. This is her first in the Girl Meets Duke companion series. The second one is coming out later on this month, and I actually really want to read it. I really enjoyed this one. This one is about a seamstress who had to make this really god-awful dress for this upcoming wedding. It was this noble woman was marrying the Duke, which, that's him on the cover. But the wedding is called off, and our seamstress, what's her name? Emma, I think? Yeah, Emma, hasn't gotten paid for it, and she's completed the dress, she just hasn't gotten paid. And so she goes to the Duke's estate, and she just, demands payment for her work. She doesn't care how awful this dress looks. That's what the bride wanted, and so she wants payment. So, he's like, sure, I'll pay you whatever it costs, or I can make you a duchess. She's in the wedding dress at the estate because she wants to show him, her work, and so he's like, you're already in the wedding dress, let's get married. So yeah, suffice to say, they actually get married, and it's that's like the very beginning, and it's just them what's it called, dealing with their issues together, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. I give this 4 stars. I thought there were moments that were really funny, and then I definitely cried through some moments. But yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I give this 4 stars, and I really do want to continue on with the series. It is a companion series, so our main characters aren't going to be the main characters of the next book, but I enjoyed a lot of the side characters in there, so I know one of the characters I enjoyed is going to be the main character in the next book, and I can't wait. And the second book, the other book I completed, was All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. I'm sorry, I'm falling off. Like, these books are kicking me off my bed. But yeah, the other book I completed was All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. Oh my god. I wanted to go into this blind, and I did. I knew it was about, I knew, like, the beginning premise. So, there's 2 timelines. There's then and now. And so then, Quinn and Graham, our 2 main characters, meet outside of Quinn's fiance's apartment. They find her fiance and Graham's girlfriend cheating on them, and that's how they meet. They go their separate ways, but a year later, they find their way back to each other, and they have a relationship, and they fall in love, and it's so cute. That's then. Now is 7 years later. They're married. They've been married for 7 years, and are having issues with fertility. They really, really want a baby, and they're having trouble having one. They're having trouble getting pregnant, and they can't adopt. They've tried. They just can't, and it's putting a huge strain on their marriage. Oh my god. I live for the then moments because they're so light and fluffy and romantic and just so good. Like, it's so good. But the now moments, I don't care how ugly it gets. It's so good. Like, I was reading the then moments, and I was like, nothing could get better. And then you get to the now moments, and everything is just so real. Like, the then moments were the ones you actually see in a typical romance. Like, they meet, they fall in love, they get married, that kind of thing. But you never see what happens after they get married. And at least not in a typical romance. And you don't ever see problems like this. You don't see, a couple going through this. At least I've never read a book of, a couple going through issues with fertility and the strain it could put on your marriage, and just, about that stuff in reality, but you just don't really see it in a romance. This just broke me. Like, I know I say that of a lot of books, and actually I don't know how the other books could compete with this. I want to say this is my favorite Colleen Hoover book. I have a few. I really love Colleen Hoover. She's one of my absolute favorite authors, and I'm glad I've got to meet her a few times. But I think this is her best book. I really think this is her best book. And I say that with a lot of her books, but I think she just gets better and better every time, and I think this has to be her best. This brought me to tears, and I literally had to keep putting the book down because I could not keep reading. My eyes were just so full of tears. I just couldn't keep reading. I had to keep putting it down. And I thought this would be really quick, and it was. I was able to finish it within a day, but oh my god. You think that her books are going to be so, like, light and fluffy, and then you get to the real like, to the actual substance of this book. And then you're like, oh my god, you did not. I swear, I cried so hard. And I loved it. And I gave this 5 stars. And it's funny because Lala from Books and Lala was reading this for the 7 and 7 readathon. If you watch her vlogs, she's reading this. And, oh my god. And yeah, this is one of the books she was reading. And she was talking about how she was going through something like that. And that she was crying through almost the whole book. And I loved it. And I was so happy she loved it, because I knew if she loved it, that I would love it. And I didn't really know what this book was about until she started talking about it. And then I was like, okay, I can't know anything more, so don't spoil it. But she didn't. It was so good. The ending was perfect. She always delivers on a happy ending. That's another thing. She always delivers on a happy ending. And it may not be the happy ending that you think it's going to be, that you want it to be, but it's definitely a happy ending. And I loved it. Yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. Okay, I'm putting my books in front of me because I can't fit them anywhere here. I normally just keep them over there. Alright, the book that I'm currently reading is This Adventure Ends by Emma Mills. Oh, by the way, this is for Ancient Ruins, the acceptable prompt. This is for, I just dropped a coin. This is for Arithmancy, acceptable prompt. I can't remember what. I know this is set in the past. I can't remember what this was. Oh well. This is for Astronomy, acceptable prompt. I believe this one is the one with stars on the cover, because it says stars on the cover. And I'm currently reading this. I'm trying to do for Booktubeathon, because I know it's Booktubeathon day 4, and I should be doing a Booktubeathon update, but I'm not. I wanted to do a Newts update because a lot of this has to do with Newts. All the books I want to talk about have to do with Newts. So, yeah. So yeah, I'm currently reading this, and I am currently 143 pages in, just about halfway, and I know I'm going to finish it today. It's, oh my god. I didn't think, like, how much I would like this. I knew I would like it. At least I hoped I would. But I'm loving this. I didn't really know anything about it. I know it's about a girl who moves to Florida from New York, and she meets this group of friends, and there's just so much with this book. Her father is a famous, like, romance author, who's struggling with some things, and it's also about the father finding a fandom and really falling in love with it, and then reading fan fiction for it, and then writing fan fiction for it. Oh my god, he fell into a fan fiction hole, and I loved it. I love it so much. He's still in it. Like, he's still in it while I'm reading it, but I'm loving it. And I knew Julie from Pages and Pens loved this. This is one of her favorite books. She doesn't really like any of Emma Mills' other books, but this one she loves. And I still want to try and read Emma Mills' other books, but I needed to start with this one, and I needed this one to be, like, really good, and it is. It's just so good. I'm loving it. It's also, like, this quest to find this painting. So yeah, I mean, you should just read it. Also, Sloane and her dad have this relationship like me and my dad. We're just very sarcastic, and we're like best friends, kind of, you know, and that's how she sees it with her dad. And Sloane is more sarcastic than I am. She goes where I just can't, but I wish I could, because I love her sarcasm. And oh my god, I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, these are the 3 books that are the 2 books that I completed and the 1 book that I'm currently reading. I want to finish this by today and then start Uprooted by Naomi Novik, hopefully tonight, and then read that. I was hoping to finish this morning, because I figured it's 300 pages, I could go through that in like nothing, but I didn't. And hopefully I wanted to read Uprooted all day today, and that's not going to happen. So I'm a little behind. but I only have 2 books left for Booktubeathon, as well as the books that I put on Booktubeathon for my Newts the books that I had on my Newts TBR that I put on my Booktubeathon TBR as well. There was 5. I am currently on my 3rd, so I only have 2 left. And I have till Sunday to complete those for Booktubeathon, so we'll see. Yeah, if you guys were wondering, I've completed 6 out of the 7 challenges for Booktubeathon with the 2 books that were not part of the Newts, and the 5 books from my Newts TBR are the 7th challenge, which is to read 7 books. So if I don't complete that, I don't complete it. It's fine, but yeah. Okay, now it's time for the unhaul, and this is getting longer than I thought it would. So we're just gonna, I'm not gonna, talk about why I'm unhauling them. Not really, just, say a few words, whatever. But there's a lot, so. And some of these are, oh god, some of these are ones I read last month. Some of these are ones I've read like very, very recently. Or at least one of them is. So let's get on with it. First one is Dragon Rider by Cornelia Funk. I read this last month for the Owl's Magical Readathon. I still have yet to do the wrap-up for it, but I have to do that before I leave today, so yeah. This one, I liked it, but I'm never going to reread it, so it's gone. Oh god, another one I read for the readathon is Sabriel by Garth Nix. Again, well, if you watch my wrap-up or any of my updates, I just didn't love this. I gave it like 2 stars. I'm still going to continue on with the series, but I'm never going to read that again. One I just literally finished the other day, and that is Beauty and the Beast by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve, illustrated by Mina Lima. I'm not going to have this for the wrap-up because I definitely want to unhaul this today. I don't know. I might keep it for the wrap-up, but I really, really don't want to keep this on my shelves. You'll see why in the wrap-up, but yeah, suffice to say, I did not like this book. Next up, I have one that's on my 12 of 2018. I'm never going to read it, and that is The Diabolic by S.J. Kincaid. I keep looking at it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta read that. No thanks. I'm not going to just keep putting it off anymore. Frostblood by Ellie Blake. I liked it. I'm never going to reread it, and I don't actually think I want to continue on the series, but if I do, I'll get it from the library. Dark and Death by J.D. Rupp. I got this for my birthday, but it was fine because she knew that I was going to be unhauling it because I told her, like, if I really want to get the paperback, but I was really, really thankful to get this on my birthday, and yeah. Next up we have Landline by Rainbow Rowell. I didn't love it as much. I love Fangirl and Carry On, and those are the only 2 I really care about keeping. My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. I just read this recently, and it was okay. I don't really want to keep it. Another one I keep putting off that I'm either going to read unhaul and now I just really want to unhaul is Vast in the Night by Sarah Porter. I'm never going to read it. I keep looking at it, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to read that. No thanks. Another one from Sophie Kinsella is Finding Audrey. I'm never going to reread it. 2 books from one of my favorite authors. There's a reason. Meet Cute, which is an anthology edited by Jennifer Armentrout. Oh wow, I'm way far back. Yeah, I didn't care for this as much. Like, there are some that I liked and some that I didn't, like, a lot that I didn't, but, sorry, but it's like, yeah, I wasn't satisfied with any of them, and they're meet cutes, so they don't end or anything, like, they don't give you a full story, so just, no thanks. The other one is The Problem with Forever, also by Jennifer Armentrout. I want to get this in paperback because I have every other book from her in paperback, so I just want to get rid of the hardback. Though I don't really remember a lot about that. Even though I remember liking it, I just don't remember a lot. A trilogy, I have I think this is the Others trilogy, yeah. It's not a trilogy. It's 3 books in the series. Written in Red, Murder of Crows, and Vision in Silver. Yeah. I only read this one, and I liked it, and I thought I was going to continue on, but now forget it. I keep looking, and I'm like, I wanted more from the first book, and I just don't think I want to continue on, so it's not going to happen. A duology that I've read recently, So Where's the Nerve duology by Marissa Meyer. I just can't. I really like this one, but I didn't care for this one as much. And, I mean, to be honest, I love Marissa Meyer, but I don't need to own all of her books, even if I didn't, especially if I didn't care for them. Okay. A whole series, I have quite a few series, actually, is the Tiger's Curse quartet saga, whatever. Yeah. Tiger's Curse, Tiger's Quest, Tiger's Voyage, and Tiger's Destiny. You'll see in my wrap-up I gave this 2 stars. I hated it. Let's see. The Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I have Snow Like Ashes, Ice Like Fire, and Frost Like Night. It's funny because I went nuts trying to find this, and when I found it for cheap I was really happy. But I just... I don't know. From the first one I was like, there's things that can happen that I might not like. So I kind of skimmed the end of this one to see, and yeah, I wasn't going to read 2 whole books to get to an ending that I really did not care for. And that happens with a lot of these, actually. The Stolen Songbird trilogy, or whatever. I have Stolen Songbird, Hidden Huntress, and Warrior Witch. Just don't really care to read these anymore. I'm trying to get everything off my shelf. If you can see, yeah, that whole gap, and there's a whole gap over here, they're all the books that I'm like, they're all on that shelf pretty much. Some of them are over here, but most of them are all over here. So if you've been watching my videos and know what books are over there, then you know exactly what I'm getting rid of. Dark Days Club by Alison Goodman. I read it, I enjoyed it. Don't know if I want to continue on, especially with the cover changes. Really upset with the cover changes. And this is a pretty cover. But if I do decide to continue on, I can get it from the library, so. Ooh, okay, another author I have is Alexandra Bracken. I'm so sick and tired of looking at these and like, oh, I'm going to definitely read it. No. I have her Passenger duology, Passenger and Wayfarer, and then I have The Dreadful Tale of Prosper Redding. No. I know I'm never going to read them. I keep putting them off enough. Okay, so this is where, well, we have Kirsten Gear's Silver trilogy? Yeah. We have Dream a Little Dream, Dream On, and Just Dreaming. Don't know how these become a Silver trilogy, but whatever. I would call them the Dream trilogy, but yeah. I bought these for super cheap. Never going to actually read them. I know it. Especially when these are also on. Ruby Red, Sapphire Blue, and Emerald Green. You'll know these from my Newts TBR. Oh my god. Yeah. I liked this one. I think I read this, what was it, last year or early this year? I read this sometime, and I enjoyed it. But I don't know if I really want to continue on. Like, I keep thinking about it, and I'm like, no. I'm never going to. I keep looking at them, and then when I put these on my Newts TBR, these are 2 out of 3 the ones that I knew I didn't want to read. I really did not, and I was looking for other books to fill that, but these were the ones that I had to fill it. You'll see the other one in just a second, because it's the last series on my thing. Which, if you saw what was over here, you know exactly what series I'm talking about. But yeah. Let's see. Sapphire Blue, I think, was the prompt translated book. This is from German to English. I have the Book Jumper, which I think is also translated, so yeah. And then Emerald Green is the last in the series prompt. And I haven't gotten it yet, but I'm getting Always and Forever Lara Jean, which I definitely want to read. Okay, so now for the last series. I am sick and tired of hearing all these negative things about the series. So, like, I was just sick and tired of it, because I was like, is it really that awful? So I look and I skim the end. I'm like, I need to know what happens in the end. I need to know if, like, the couple that I was shipping got together, which I'm not going to say because, you know, if they did or not. Even though if you've probably seen a lot of the videos for the series, you would know if they did or not. But yeah. I skimmed the ending. I need to know what's happening, because I keep looking at one of the books, and it's on my TBR for Newts, and I was never going to pick it up. And that is the Falling Kingdoms series plus the 2 spin-off books at the end. So I have Falling Kingdoms, Rebel Springs, Gathering Darkness, Frozen Tides, Crystal Storm, which is on my TBR. This one was for, to read a book with kingdoms or royals. This one had royals. I think there's a book coming out in August that I would like to pick up that has it, I think. We'll see. If not, I have other books on my TBR that I've looked at, and I'm like, I would definitely read that. So, we'll see. Also, I have Immortal Reign, which is the last book, which, yeah, I don't really care about. And then I have Book of Spirits and Thieves and The Darkest Magic. You know what sucks? One of the main characters in here is named Becca. I think that's why I was holding on to it. I was like really wanting to read this because her name is Becca, and I was like, hello. She's a sister of another main character, but I don't even know if she's a main character. She could just be a side character. But yeah. She's a love interest, though. I saw that because I sort of, you know. But it sort of says in here that she's sort of a love interest. But, yeah. No thanks. I'm done. I'm not going to read these anymore. That is, oh my god, everything's falling. That is my update/unhaul for you guys. Oh my god. I'll see you again with another update for this readathon. Probably on Sunday, because I like to film my updates on Sundays. And I know it's Thursday. And I'm hoping that on Sunday I will have finished the 5 books. So we'll see. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you again with another video. Bye.